Hi, I am Ammar Al-Badani, a foreign doctor who have been living and working in China for more than 20 years. 18 years ago, when the SARS attacked China, I was in China. When the new coronavirus, COVID-19, occurred, I was in China and I'm still here. So I think I will have a lot of stories to share with you guys. That's why I decided to record these videos. Dear friends, all the world have witnessed the tremendous success of China winning the battle against COVID-19. I have shared a lot of Chinese experience through several live broadcasts, but this is not the main topic of this video. Actually, after China have cleared the virus, Western media did not expect that China will just go further and decide to do researches and manufacture vaccines. Today, our main topic is about the diplomacy of vaccines, or what's called vaccine diplomacy. To make you understand vaccine diplomacy, I'm gonna take you back to February 2020, when China have launched the research and development on vaccines, and in just few months, there were 5 Chinese vaccines have entered the phase 3 clinical trials. Isn't that a huge contribution for the whole world, so that we can early win the battle and eliminate the virus? Guess what? The Western media does not think so. They were saying China is doing this as a vaccine diplomacy. China is exporting these vaccines or trying to export these vaccines to several third world countries to expand their geopolitical influence. Actually, I was not surprised at all to hear this vaccine diplomacy thing. Guess what? Because in last year, when the epidemic in the first wave reached Europe for the first time, and specifically to Italy, and then to Spain and Serbia and several countries, those countries went to a disaster. All the epidemic went out of control. These countries were trying to ask for help from the European Union, but there was no responding. And by that time, China have sent their medical teams, they have sent lots of their medical equipments to these countries. Guess what? The Western media by that time decided to launch that mask diplomacy. Isn't that history repeating now? So this media was saying China's mask diplomacy, and now they're saying China's vaccine diplomacy. These media, they are not very good at talking about the epidemic in a scientific way. They are not good at talking with their countries, trying to combat the epidemic well and saving lives. But they are very good at discrediting others for giving their help. Can't you see that? Isn't that against science, against humanity? The real purpose of making this video is not for praising on China. Let's just put aside any prejudice and political ideas and talk about science. China's exporting their vaccines can be discussed from 2 aspects. The first one, all the world have witnessed that China controlled and earlier controlled the epidemic, so that they had enough time to vaccinate the frontline workers in the country, and that had been completely finished. At the same time, they started exporting the vaccines to several developing countries. From the other aspect, the epidemic is still a pandemic in the global stage. Lots of countries are still suffering from the epidemic, and there is a shortage of the vaccine supply. The wealthy countries are leading on the capturing of the vaccines. At the same time, the developing and poor countries, third world countries, will be running out of vaccines. We always repeat, from a realistic perspective, the epidemic has no borders. Unless all countries are safe, no country is truly safe. Although China is safe for the time being, but as long as the virus does not disappear from Earth, the risk for overseas import will still exist. That's why China cannot ease. China wants to reopen for the whole world. Of course, from a practical viewpoint, China has the condition for I can't. China's speed in research and development, transportation, safety, and the strong production capacity are obvious to all. This does not meet only the domestic demand. China has the capacity for supporting others at the same time. China has been open-minded for this vaccine and different vaccine accepting. Let's see this. Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi has said there are currently many vaccines on the market in the world, and the choice of which vaccine is determined by each country, whether it is a Chinese vaccine or a foreign vaccine. As long as it's safe and reliable, it's a good vaccine. By the time this video was recording, So far, Chinese vaccines have been exported to more than 70 countries worldwide. Chinese vaccines are expected to be the lifeline for the people of the developing countries. My advice to the Western media is that to stop this prejudice and political propagandas, try to focus on the world's urgent wish to reach the herd immunity only by spreading and distributing vaccines everywhere so that we can return to peace as soon as possible. See you next time. Stay healthy.